Okay. Wait about 15 seconds. Okay, so here's Star Trek Borg. Another game that I can't get to run because it was made for Windows 95 or whatever and uses like QuickTime or some other crap for its videos. So here's a long play of it I found on YouTube. This one has the fails in it. So there'll be, what's it called? We'll see the failure scenes. So it'll be about an hour and 40 minutes. I think if I found the video that was just nothing but success tries, that it would be like 100%, but yeah, I feel like I want to see some of the failure stuff, because we didn't see that with Star Trek Kleong. I know like one of the fail scenes in Kleong is you can shoot the Package ship and stuff, so... But here we go, I'm going to start it up. I'm going to start it from the beginning. There you go, Bone of Head.
USS Canale to USS Cheyenne. We are under attack by Borg forces. Repeat, Borg forces. We intercepted 2 Borg vessels heading on a direct course for Sector 001.
So I guess this is the battle, Wolf 359.
If you can read us, do not, repeat, do not send help. Relax, warn Starfleet. The Borg have returned. Repeat, the Borg have returned.
Oh no, wait, no, this is like after Wolf 359. I guess I'm on a Galaxy class, not the Enterprise. Star Trek Borg. But the Borg doesn't get a registered trademark. John Delancey. I think he's gonna be in season 2 of Picard, right? Because they're really hinting that Q's coming back for season 2, but I don't know if John Delancey's gonna play Q. I also feel like this game was made around the same time as the Star Trek Kleong game, because it's almost the exact same game.
0730.
And it's using the True Motion stuff.
0730, cadet. Sit down.
Hey, why do we have a big, like, black mark on the
The
wall?
captain wanted me to convey his regrets for not being here himself.
Oh, that's like a painting or something.
As I'm sure you've heard, Starfleet is amassing an armada in Sector 001 to defend against the latest Borg incursion. We, or rather our ship, is on her way to join them. Starfleet has successfully defeated the Borg twice before, and we have every expectation of successfully stopping them now. However, given the probability of armed conflict, the captain has ordered that all non-essential personnel, including visiting Starfleet cadets, be transferred off the ship to a safer venue at the medical research facility.
That means you guys are gone.
Please have your gear packed and be at Shuttle Bay 3 in 30 minutes.
Oh, come on, we can't participate in the battle? Oh, they're wearing cadet uniforms. I couldn't tell because of the graininess, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Never Conquer, for the host. How you doing?
A moment, please. The captain has denied your request to stay on board, cadet.
He says you're stinky and should leave. The captain doesn't like you very much.
The massacre 10 years ago at Wolf 359.
Okay, so this is 10 years after Wolf 359. Now we know.
I was only 1 year out of the academy when it happened. A lot of my classmates died there. Now, each year I get older and they stay the same. I understand your need for justice.
You can't really have justice against the Borg.
Shuttle Bay 3.
That would be like getting justice against a hurricane. Right, so I guess I'm a Starfleet cadet visiting on the, what is this, the Cheyenne? I don't know, it's one of the 12 Galaxy class ships. Oh, I'm a dork.
Temper, young man. What would your father say?
So Q just fucks with every random person in Starfleet. I guess that's what he does.
Perhaps I should introduce myself. I imagine you've heard of me, though. Q. It's short for Q. It was I, you know, who introduced Picard to the Borg, and it's because of me that 10 years ago the Borg came to Wolf 359 and found that fleet of ships and found your father.
Oh, that's my father, okay.
At 0800 hours during the Battle of Wolf 359, the USS Righteous, such a
What a
noble
name.
Righteous, was hit by an unknown Borg weapons discharge and vaporized. Vaporized.
In one hit?
No trace.
Damn.
Nothing to bury, nothing to mourn. The Borg took it all away from you in an instant. I understand your desire for justice. They don't, though, do they? But I do. You want action. You want to avenge your father's death. You want to kill Borg. What's sentient? Yet still barbaric bipedal hominid wouldn't. You can run away with the others like a scared trog, or you can come with me, cadet. The choice is yours.
I'm just gonna go home. I didn't really want to fight the Borg. I'll just take my future space knapsack thing here.
It looks like I misjudged you. You're
Yep,
only
I'm a
interested in
puss.
saving your own skin. And to think I went to so much trouble to arrange it all.
Come on, Cadet, you're... Q! Intruder alert, deck 6.
She immediately recognized
Don't
him?
bother.
Game over. You can just quit the game in the beginning and be like, yeah, I don't want to do your adventure, fuck you. Game over.
Excellent choice, monsieur. Keep the phaser, you're going to need it. And take this too. Be careful now. Don't lose it.
Oh, what's up, ball busting, babe? Oh yeah, these. You know what's interesting? I noticed about this is like you never get to see these actors act to you. You know, I'm seeing them act in first person to me, and that's kind of like you see that in some cheesy games like Mad Dog McCree, but to see it in Star Trek, I think it's just really neat to see John Delancey like address me.
Reading a small weakness in the shields.
Shields are holding fine, but power is down 10%. Weapons having no effect.
Damn.
Damn.
Their shields already.
They're shields.
The difficult species that are the most adaptable.
Yeah, why is it always like Packlets? They're so
True
adaptable.
adaptability involves changing oneself to suit their environment.
I'm so glad you cleared that up.
Yes, let's have these politics on the bridge during a big battle with the Borg.
Keep a picture of it on your wall. The bridge of the USS Righteous.
What is the USS
Just
Righteous?
took a major hit.
Looks like
This is him, isn't it? Well, I can see the family resemblance.
looks like an ambassador class.
The Kyushu's coming on strong. Melbourne and Saratoga have lost.
Actually, it looks like Excelsior.
Tolstoy, Kyushu, Saratoga, Melbourne.
I know, those are all
Recognize the
cool
names?
names.
Do you know where you are, cadet?
Captain!
This would be the Battle of Wolf 359. No one shot him, they just let him do that. They just like, hey.
That's right, 10 years ago, Wolf 359.
Security!
Oh yeah, that's right, I'm security. Maybe I should secure the ship.
He shouldn't be at security, but 4 hours ago, the real security officer, Lieutenant Sprint, was killed, and this first-year ensign had to take his place. And because of his inexperience, everybody on board, including your father, will be killed.
Those original TNG Borg
The
shields.
phases are useless. Just isolate the panel now. If Lieutenant Sprint were still alive, he might be able to save the ship. But he's been dead for 4 hours. No wonder they don't want him on the bridge.
Come on, can't you move faster?
Yes, yell at him, that'll make him do his job better.
Quint, he actually tried to save Sprint's life, but as you can see, he failed, the old goat. Well, what'd you expect? He's a doctor, not a security officer. Still, if he had only had a little
Just,
more creativity...
no one's gonna go up to this Borg and stop him physically. They're just gonna watch him do this.
He's bypassed the security lockout.
There, yeah, now you're gonna go do that? You should have did that like the moment he beamed on the ship. Oh, he's dead, Jim.
He's dead.
Wow, a slap to the face killed you?
On its own. Shields are dropping.
Uh-oh. I need shields back up now.
Death in battle. If he were a Klingon, he'd be ecstatic.
Ooh, I like this guy.
Yeah, these guys are acting really bizarre. There's a Borg on the bridge, you know, they're in the middle of a battle, they're just kind of like, I better crack some jokes.
Anyone near Jeffrey 6? We need manual power rerouted through the secondary couplings.
You know, if there was a Borg on my console, I wouldn't be sitting there anymore. Like, he's just standing there. Oh, it is an Excelsior. All right, we saw it. It got blown away immediately.
Now that you've seen your father die, are you ready to avenge his death? Or would you like to try something different?
I don't know, can I go back to the academy and head on that girl that I had the hots for?
Lieutenant Sprint was killed 4 hours before the Righteous even got to Wolf 359. But if the good Dr. Quint had been able to save Sprint 4 hours before, then Sprint would have been able to save the Righteous, and you would have grown up in the loving company of your father, and all for the want of a horseshoe nail. What say we give the old goat a second chance to save Sprint's life? You're not afraid of a little space-time continuum meddling, are you, cadet? No, I thought not. Shall we?
Well, the only outcome that's going to happen here is there's no way they can beat the Borg. That's never going to happen, because in the history of Star Trek, with the Battle of Wolf 359, all Federation ships were destroyed. The best that you can come up with is that everyone survives the battle, like they get to their escape pods. That's because Cisco was at Wolf 359 and he survived. His wife didn't though.
Shields up.
Alright, here comes the Borg. Though I do like seeing these sets in first person, but at the same time we can also see some of the problems with these sets. You know, like if you look at the top, you can kind of see where the boom mic's gonna come down. Like you don't see the window.
Come on, Sprint, make a choice.
Shoot Q in testicles. That's how I make decisions in life. I put stuff right up to my eyes, and then I just look at them for like 5 seconds. And then I get shot by the Borg.
Now that was clever. I turned you into Lieutenant Sprint, so I could be Quint and save you. Him. You. Whatever. So that you could save the righteous. And then you go and you get yourself killed anyway. I mean, really, it's not worth meddling with the timeline if you're just going to make things worse. I hope you're not one of those passive, contemplative types. Try again.
I like these fails.
Shall we dance?
So wait, did he pull out a tricorder and a phaser? Everyone's just looking at you like, you gonna shoot him or what? You have to spin it around. Oh shit! There are ads on this video? Alright, hold on. It's a shitty mobile game. The shitty mobile game. Alright, we're back to the thing. I gotta get YouTube red.
Excuse me, am I mistaken? But isn't there a Borg on the bridge trying to control the ship? What are you gonna do? Scan it to death?
He slaps you in the head. So, wait, whoa. Also, this Borg has a projectile weapon. He shoots you. Just like in Star Trek Elite Force when the Borg have a projectile weapon, huh? But this is the first time I've ever seen live action Borg with a projectile weapon. None of those choices would work. I don't know if the phaser... Well, I guess the phaser would work for like 1 second, then yeah, now it won't work. Then you just get killed. I like how the crew just stand there and watch. Okay.
Quint wasn't clever enough to think of it. Good thing I am.
The Borg cube is pulling ahead. It's ignoring us completely.
Match speed. Keep us within close range.
Remember, Sprint should have died right here. Everything you do in his place from this moment on changes history. Invigorating, isn't it? Meddling with fate.
Lieutenant, are you all right?
Sprint? He's an ox. Nothing scares him.
And nothing hurts him, isn't that right, Lieutenant?
There's a fucking Borg cube right in front of us! Can we have some more?
Bajani prevent you from acknowledging the hurt.
Oh, please.
Captain, coded message coming in from Admiral Hansen. He's ordering us to proceed with all speed to rendezvous with the rest of the fleet at Wolf 359, requesting us not to engage the Borg. Until then, maintain radio silence until contacted.
Helm laying a course for Wolf 359. Pull ahead of the Borg cube and then match speed.
Aye, sir. ETA at current speed, 4 hours, 5 minutes.
They're not even at Wolf 359. Why the fuck did they engage this Borg cube?
And Targus, get that thing off my bridge.
Yes, sir.
Also, shouldn't the Borg wake up? He's got nanomachines. Can't we just beam him into space? That's what I would do. I'd just be like, let's just beam him out of here. No, of course not.
Shooter.
Man, Starfleet wasn't the best around this time period, huh? Shoot the girl. Shoot the girl.
He's in control of tactical. The phasers are useless.
Captain, we're hailing the Borg ship. Shields are dropping.
Uh-oh. There's a tight beam transfer.
Q's enjoying this. He's like, oh man.
Computers uploading data about emergency transporters.
The Borg are firing. We're gonna die. And it's your fault.
Oh, there's that same scene from Deep Space Nine. There you go. It's the same Excelsior blowing up.
Well, I hope we're learning something from our little mistakes.
That's from the first episode of Deep Space Nine. Oh, shit, you are supposed to shoot the... Oh, wait, no, this has the fails.
If I told you to jump into a Signian vortex, would you do it? You're a sentient being of sorts. Try using this. You know, all this space-time manipulation does take some effort on my part. It's not that easy. I'd appreciate it if you'd make a little effort, too.
I think that's what Q does, like, because Q torments a lot of people. It's not just Picard. He's on lower decks. And then I guess according to this game, he'll just randomly fuck with the cadet if need
Well, I
be.
hope we're learning something from our little mistakes.
That was a cool lens flare, I gotta admit. That was classic vintage lens flare there.
I'm okay.
Definitely dead this time.
Maybe we should have checked the first time.
My bridge this time. Mr. Sprint, reconfigure your security console so you can control Tactical B. Then meet me down at the computer core. I want to secure this ship in case the Borg try and board us again.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna get a sandwich.
Good shooting.
Good shooting, yes.
Quick thinking, Quint. Good work, Quint. Nobody ever gives me any credit for anything I do.
That's because we don't like you, Quint.
I think we can all save our hostility for the Borg, where it will be better placed, don't you?
Let me ask you something, Baraka. Do you just
This guy's name is Baraka?
Are you deluded enough to actually believe in them?
Come on, Quint. No matter how hard you try, you're not going to change my mind. I still like you.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can raise the volume on the video.
What are you staring at? Oh, of course, your father. This must be strange for you, knowing he may be about to die, knowing this may be your only chance to talk to him, tell him all about yourself, about the years since he died. I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be weird at
When he
all.
looks
Like,
at you, all he sees is Lieutenant Sprint. I don't think he'd understand.
Hey, Sprint. What, are you having one of your Bajani trances?
See?
Lieutenant Sprint, the console.
Sprint looked like he was human. I don't know why we got all these goofy things with him, but whatever. This is definitely using a lot more of that first-person stuff than Star Trek Cleon. That one, it seemed like the actors would get together and they would just do like the scene and you would watch it and then do like one thing. Here it looks like I actually have to do like puzzles and stuff.
Stations traditionally follow a set pattern. This pattern is neither required by Federation protocol, nor is it hard designed into the bridge layout. All bridge consoles can be easily configured to control any of a number of bridge functions, allowing the captain, in consultation with his engineers, to design his bridge to his personal or species.
Oh, so it has a custom UI, huh?
Configure a panel. An understanding of the function of the four main nodules is critical. Or you could end up dead. Nodule 1, the delimiter, carries a signal charge. It is always live, unless deactivated.
God, this is
by
a puzzle,
engineering.
isn't it?
Careful. The charge is painful. It won't kill you, but it'll hurt. Nodule 2, the power nodule, is the source of power for all bridge stations. It is always live, unless deactivated by engineering. Careful. This one won't hurt. It'll just make you very dead. Nodule 3, assignable nodule.
Wait, are these nodules or modules?
Used to
I
define
guess they're
the
nodules.
console's functions. In this example, the nodule defines the console as a security console only. To control tactical in addition to security, the nodule must be removed. Careful, though. It's hot, live, energized. Not enough juice to kill you, but enough to make you wish you were dead. To turn off the feed, remove. Nodule 4, the conduit. First, then remove nodule 3. Replace nodule 4, et voila. Now, you're cooking with replicators.
What? What's a nodule? I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe I should get the... There's another video of this where they don't show the fails. I'm thinking maybe I should watch that one because it's like, watching the fails, it's gonna, like...
Grab the power nodule. What? How is he, Doc?
I'm sorry.
Oh, dead. You could die that easily?
You're just too stupid to live.
There's no safety protocols in this shit? You just like, literally, it's like, oh, if you don't know, you gotta hit nodule 4 before nodule 3. You're dead. You're just dead. I like how there's no warnings or anything. It's like warning electrical shock or any kind of written thing. It's like, please make sure you always take out nodule 4 as a reminder. Because any kind of like ship or anything, you think they would have like a thing.
Can you only touch the delimiter?
Oh, another ad.
Ready to dramatically improve your sleep and health?
Oh yeah, my
Make
sleep.
your bedroom your haven
Fuck
for
yeah.
relaxation and rejuvenation.
What is a ghost
with
bed?
40% off.
What the hell's a ghost bed? Maybe I should have watched that commercial. It would have explained everything. It's a bed for ghosts, or it's a bed made out of ghosts.
Sprint, what's the first thing they teach you in systems tech? Make sure it ain't plugged in.
I thought it was never put salt in my eyes.
Feel pain the way humans do. Just be careful.
I still love the fact that their chairs have wheels. That they have office chairs on the bridge.
You'd better hurry. The captain doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Also, when you think about it, this is a stupid-ass puzzle because Q just told you how to do it. He's like, do 4, then 3, then 2, then put 4 back.
I'm waiting for you down in the core room, Lieutenant. Now!
It's just his way. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, but I'd still hurry if I were you. The captain definitely does not like to be kept waiting.
You do know how to get to the core room, don't you, Sprint?
I don't know, go to the turbo lift, and then go to the core room. Oh, wait, this isn't voice commanded? I have to press buttons? What is this?
Please key in destination code.
You know what? That might have been copy protection, like in the manual. Because I don't think they tell you where that place is, so you just have to know where it is. And you have to enter the right code, so maybe you needed the manual to navigate the ship. Alright, we're going to the right, and we went up, and then we went to the right, and now we're here. So it looks like they used the set from Next Gen. A little bit from the movie, because we have the Excelsior Bridge. Okay, sure, yeah.
Oh, thank you, my good man.
Sprint, we're waiting.
I believe you're wanted in the computer core control room. Oh, mercy.
Classic Q.
Why? Because I can.
So it seemed with these FMV games, they had to get like one actor from the show. And Cleon, they had what was it, O'Reilly as Galron. And he's pretty good, but like Q, he definitely carries this entire game. If you want a lot of John Delancey, this game will give it to you. I wonder if I watched the episodes, like, would I notice what direction the turbo lift is going if I look at the lights? Because I've never looked at the lights of the turbo lift.
You're not making very good use of your time.
Also, like, again, because this is first person, now we can really see some of these props. It's like, what's really distracting about this, this elevator, prop here for the interface is the two bolts, the one on the top right and the one on the bottom left. Yeah, like, they're just two screws. So you can tell that the prop is just a piece of plastic that they screwed onto the side. It's like, oh man. You wouldn't notice that in an actual episode, but you'll notice that when you put the camera right up to it. I guess they still use screws in the future. I don't know. I mean, I figured we would have some better tech. Or at the very least, hide the screws.
You really need to learn to make better use of this equipment.
What the hell is that?
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting the difficulties of dealing with your limited humanoid mind. If it's not right in front of you, you don't notice it. I've given you a tool to see beyond the superficial veneer of reality to a deeper level of knowledge and understanding, and you ignore it. I should be hurt. But then again, I'm not the one who keeps getting killed.
Turbolift manual interface. Federation turbolifts are capable of processing verbal commands in over 13,000 languages. For those species unable to interact verbally, and during ship emergencies, a turbolift destination code can be manually relayed into the turbolift computer via the interface. For a list of turbolift destination codes, see the ship schematic.
I don't know, that sounds extremely convoluted. Like,
USS Righteous schematic. A general visual overview of the USS Righteous. Key areas such as bridge, crew quarters, engineering, computer core control are highlighted. More information is available on all areas, including turbolift designation codes.
like there's a Borg cube, like out on the ship and stuff, and here's this guy just fucking around in an elevator. (150619). All right. But like, why have this during emergencies? Why not just say, hey, I want to go to the engineering or something like that? That's what they do on the show.
Please key in destination code.
I guess they were boarded, so... Oh, good, another ad. Oh my god, this guy peppered ads all over his fucking video. I hate it when they do that. Like, you know, like... I'm almost guessing he's doing it every... See, I'm 25 minutes in the video, I've seen multiple ads, so he's put an ad, like, every 5 minutes into the video. Alright, I'm going to the other one. I'm just gonna go to the other one and find out, because let's see. There was one that it didn't have the fails, and I'm feeling like the fails... Seeing the failure, like, options, it's nice to see them, but they're also, like, there's no flow to the story. Like, I can't keep track of what the hell's going on, because there's just too much, crap, so I'm gonna check out this other one. Because I want to get this plot going. I like, seeing the fails is nice and all, but... Some of the fails are literally just like, Q just shows up, says, you made the wrong move, and then that's kind of it. Alright, this looks decent. The video quality looks better on this one, too.
Why? Because I can.
Alright, this one has some editing to get rid of some of the more boring parts of it.
Mr. Sprint!
This is the bridge from Voyager.
I am a very tolerant captain, except when it comes to punctuality. I suggest you become more familiar with this ship's layout so you don't keep us waiting again. Do I make myself clear?
Clear?
We were trying to route all of the ship's controls through the security systems as an extra precaution, but something kept rejecting all of our attempts to access the security programs.
Did you say please?
On this.
It's obviously Borg. But how did it get
I like how it has a little gyro thing. It's just in the middle of it, like a music box.
Security systems locking us out.
Question is, how do we remove it? Sprint?
Oh, this video is also louder. All right, hold on.
Mr. Sprint is right. Until we know more about Borg technology, I don't think we should make any attempts to interfere with the implant directly.
Captain, we were within transporter range for only 6.7 seconds. I don't see how the Borg transported to the bridge and implanted the circuit unless...
Unless there were two of them.
So
If there
there's
is
a
another
Borg
Borg
hiding
on this
around?
ship, he's found a way to screen against our usual senses. I'll get targets to scan against anomalies.
No one
See what
noticed
you
a
can do to
Borg
help.
walk. Then again, no one noticed a bunch of hot chicks with Q in the hallways. So I guess yeah.
Targets enough. You've got the scans so sensitive, they're going to alert us if a particle of dust falls.
If that particle of dust falls off a Borg, then I want to know about it.
You're too cautious.
You're too lax.
Sprint,
tell
tell
him.
You know, if it weren't for me, you guys wouldn't have had any fun at the Academy.
You guys are laughing and joking around like they're the fucking Borg are here. We killed one of them. Get your war faces on, people. This isn't like a normal day.
Lieutenant Furlong, Lieutenant Sprint, and Ensign Targus. Somehow that's not quite how I pictured it.
That's not your fault. Every time I see that thing, it reminds me of how much courage it must have taken for you just to be here. And of how much we both owe Sprint. Just don't let Sprint hear. His head's big enough already.
Sprint never
What
gets
exactly
involved
do
in
you
conversations. He
You
just
spend the rest
stares
of
at
your
him.
life a slave to technology.
I'm not a slave to it. In 6 months, a year at the most, I won't even need this.
In 3 hours, 4 at the most, we won't even be alive. Unless we're Borg.
Dr. Quinn is
He's like, I, for one, welcome our new Borg overlords.
to maintain affection for him, which he thinks he's not worthy of. So what he does is he tries to make everyone dislike him.
Well, he's very
What are
good.
you, the ship's counselor?
He's right about one thing. We could end up as Borg, and I know the last thing I want to have happen to me is to be assimilated into the collective.
We won't let it happen. To any of us, better dead than Borg. Agreed? Even Quint.
Not even Quint deserves to be Borgified, but the Borg definitely deserve Quint.
We've got him. Somewhere in Jeffrey's Tube 6.
Sprint, Furlong. Take a couple of fully charged phasers, flush out the Borg, and neutralize them. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Never thought I'd see first-person Jeffrey Tube. It actually looks a lot bigger than I thought it would.
The reading's not clear.
We sent one team, a team of 2 people, to go find this Borg. That's it. There's at least 300 people on this ship.
Magnetic resonance traces.
We have to send the guy that's on tactical and the dude that pilots the ship.
In case he went through on double back. Whoa, 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 whoa. I said one of us, I didn't say you.
But father.
You know, you may be head of security, but I do outrank you. Yeah, it's only by 3 weeks, but I think that would stand up in case of a court-martial. I'll tell you what. I win. Watch your back.
Oh, no, there's nothing there. What a weird way to cover someone, just waiting to be in the blind spot of the door.
Bad idea. You see, there is another.
Oh no, it's a Q Borg!
And he's waiting in the corridor.
There's simulated Q! What can we do?
Poor old Dad. I hope you don't feel guilty.
They gave him a holographic viewfinder. Oh no, Dad's a Borg now, too!
Remember what you said. Better dead than Borg.
Kill me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not
Good try,
happening.
but you see, the Borg are clever in their own monolithic way. They adjust. 2 hits from any phaser, and they all know how to shield themselves against that frequency. You have to adjust along with them. You did say you wanted to kill Borg, didn't you? I like the irony of it. But aren't you forgetting someone or something?
Oh no!
Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
Time to smell the ashes. Wait, now I'm a Borg? Oh shit, this is like Quake 4.
If it looks like a Borg, walks like a Borg, and sees like a Borg, then it must be a Borg. You're wondering what you're feeling? That's pain.
Oh, can I hear the whole collective?
No Borg is an island unto himself. Every Borg is part of the whole.
Every Borg sees in the vision of a Sega CD. Man, no wonder why the Borg never run. They see like this. They kind of just stumble around.
Do you hear that? Filling your mind, telling you what to think, what to do. Welcome to the collective, cadet.
Borg doesn't mean burn up Borg. Absorb, destroy, obey.
Absorb, destroy, obey. Okay.
Time to go assimilating.
Well, time to assimilate this whole bridge crew.
They've adapted to the frequency settings of our phasers.
Second floor assist third floor. Yeah.
I don't think so. You just called your fellow Borg up to the bridge and had him assassinate all your friends. Don't feel bad, though. If it ever goes to trial, you can always claim the collective made you do it. This
That's
time,
what Picard did.
Try not to get caught. Oh, and by the way, your father cheats.
All right, sure. So I guess you have to do the fail so that you know that your father cheats, and then you have to like knock him out and then set his phaser with a different frequency. Do I have work tonight? Oh yeah, I do. I didn't have work yesterday, but I woke up at like 1 in the morning, and then I just kind of just stayed in bed and like sleeping, you know, napping in and out.
To a higher EM band frequency. You're right, they probably already adapted to the old ones. Nice shot. What did you think I was gonna do? Cheat?
Like ever since I got the back brace, like my back's been feeling a lot better, so hopefully I can do a lot more streams.
Let's go see what this circuit can tell us.
But I think I haven't checked my schedule, I'll do it right now, but I'm pretty sure I have Monday and Tuesday off.
I'm just not getting anything useful from it. Maybe if we...
And then I'll try to do
ship's
guitar
computer,
work
add it
on
in.
Monday and Tuesday.
I'd like to know more about it first. Can't you interface your tricorder with it?
Maybe, but I don't think I'd get any more information. Sprint, what do you think?
What? My implant.
Oh yeah, Monday and
don't
Tuesday
understand.
off. All right, so I'll try to
It's
do like
Targus'
a
implant
guitar
works
thing
along the
or
same
like stuff for
basic
YouTube on
principles as
Monday
the
and
Borg
Tuesday.
circuit. She might be able to interface with it.
No. You can't possibly be suggesting that Ensign Targus be allowed to interface with the implant.
Nobody is suggesting anything of the kind.
In truth,
I mean, it's
Captain,
definitely feeling
interfacing
better.
with
I've been
the
requesting more
somewhat
time
like
off to try and get my back
neurostimulation,
feeling better.
An experience which Ensign Targus is quite familiar with.
Exactly the point, Captain. Ensign Targus' neural implant is designed to counteract the side effects of that kind of neural stimulation experience. This kind of neural input is...
Does anybody mind if I join in on this discussion?
No.
You're all talking about me as if I weren't here.
Ensign, the long-term effects of your recovery won't...
Counselor, the concept of long-term effects loses its meaning when the entire Federation is in danger of obliteration.
Wait, he is the counselor?
I'm ready.
So he seriously just goes around the bridge and gets it on everyone's shit.
Do it.
You could have.
He's HR, watch out.
I could have, but I didn't.
Drop the weight a bit. Oh, when I used to bench, my wrist would hurt sometimes, like, because, you know, they would bend back.
I want Sprint to do it.
But yeah, like, if there's any pain, you gotta stop doing it for a while.
Counselor, I've already been through hell and back. I don't think this could be any worse.
So I guess this person got a war injury or something, then had to get an implant. We see that. There's a character in Star Trek Discovery that's like that.
You've never had to deal with pain, have you, Sprint?
Shut up.
Assimilation. Technology. Channels. Subspace channels.
What about you in Matrix Zero? Hack into that.
Systems. Communication with collective. Jam systems.
The Borg implant is getting its orders from the Borg collective. How do we jam the signals, Targus?
Shields. Modulate mutations. 0.6525 of normal. Now!
Do it! Modulating shield mutation.
The Borg cube is scanning us.
What's happening with those shields, Mr. Furlong?
Almost there, sir.
They're firing!
Mr. Furlong!
Got it. They've stopped firing.
The shield settings must be in sync with the Borg scanners. They sense us as being part of the collective.
Alone! We are... Resistances! You will be assimilated!
Ah, yes. The classic Borg
The
stuff.
Borg circuit from the Borg collective. We've got to disconnect it.
Oh, figured it wouldn't be that easy.
One more CC of neuroblock and she'll be a vegetable for life. Do you want to be responsible for turning Ensign Targus into a Bolian zucchini?
It was almost like a commercial cut. What the
Are
heck?
you sure you want to do this? You saw what it did to Furlong. But then again, you are Bajani. I'll give you a chance to think about it.
Well, I guess Bajani don't feel pain?
You're not dead. You're unconscious. In a Bajani pain trance. Interesting phenomena. I'm not sure what its evolutionary benefit was for the Bajani. Something like a Terran possum, perhaps. Oh, look. You're regaining consciousness.
Welcome back, Lieutenant.
I guess this means I owe you my life twice, huh, Sprint?
I've never seen anyone go into a Bajani pain trance before. Interesting. You were clearly unconscious. Yet your body managed to finish the task at hand.
At least I was just
suppose it's
unconscious. I
part of the
wasn't like
survival
saying
mechanism.
weird shit in
Good
my
thinking.
sleep or drooling.
Next time, they'll warn me.
While you were out, we did a diagnostic on the computer systems. The Borg implant is continuing to rewrite code.
Is this guy
I'm
really a
sending an
captain?
away
He
team
only
over
has
to
3
Borg Cube
pips.
to see if they can find anything that'll help us disable the implant.
Targus and I are going, but we could use a third. I don't know if we'll get out of there alive.
Either that or the video is so grainy I can't see the 4th pip.
We few, we happy few, we band of Borg. They're turning this into some heroic escapade, trying to make it impossible to turn down. I'll go.
We don't need you, Quint. We need someone we can trust.
Just like old times, huh, buddy? 3 against the world.
Yeah, let's do that handshake that we do in the academy or whatever. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Use your phaser. Each of ours has been retuned to a different frequency.
Here, take this.
What if my character went back in time and met his dad? I was like, oh, my dad's a
If things
dick.
get that bad, we're probably dead.
There are many ways to die. Some of them are more painful.
Maybe it's for the best. I didn't
There's
know.
an emergency hypospray programmable for neural painkillers just in case.
That should be an episode of Picard. Wesley meets his dad and doesn't like him.
Cube. Good luck. Energize.
Actually, what I would do in Star Trek Picard is I would make Wesley Picard's son, like his biological son, and that Beverly hid it from Wesley this whole time, but maybe Picard knew. That would change season 1 and season 2 of Next Gen, and explain why Picard acts so weird around Wesley. So this is the proto Borg before like the movie Borg and before we see him in Voyager, where they have like, you know, less green, less neon green, more white makeup and more like white and black kind of color scheme. You can tell with their shields too, because their shields are like the classic TNG shield Borg, and not what we see later on with the green shields in Voyager, as well as First Contact.
What do we do?
But we are seeing that they are adding a little bit of the green, and these Borg have projectiles, which I find very interesting. The only Borg that I know that have projectiles are the ones during the episode where Data and his brother are in charge of the Borg. But that's different. They're kind of like an offshoot of the Borg. They're not really like core Borg.
Pretty standard interface. Odd.
Why?
Well, most of the Borg we've seen have direct interface abilities. Why would they need something like this?
And remember, they've already totally assimilated one Starfleet officer. Maybe this is his influence.
Or maybe it's a trick.
Somehow, I don't think the Borg understand the concept of trick. Okay, security. You think you can bypass the Borg lockouts and get us the information we need?
I guess not. I guess we couldn't do that. It's weird too, because also, like, this is the Battle of Wolf 359, and I know they couldn't get Patrick Stewart, but technically Patrick's, like, Picard is on this ship. Like, Locutus of Borg is, like, controlling this Borg cube.
It's working.
Sprint, I'm sorry about that. But you're gonna have to deal with the pain just like the rest of us humanoids.
Damn, did you see that chop? You got both of them with that. Oh, stuck them.
Come on. We have to get out of this corridor before more of them come.
But it's got sprint!
Later. That's an order.
So this is an interesting, like, game concept because of the time travel, I guess you have to do certain fails and then reset it and then do the right thing, or the right option doesn't become available until you do the fail. But if that's the case, then you can cheat, right? Then you could get assimilated by the Borg, know what their plans are, know what their codes are, and then travel back in time and just input, like, whatever you need to do to bypass their systems. And do that thing like in the actual episode where Picard makes them all go to sleep, and then the Borg cube doesn't know what to do, and then it just blows itself up.
Beta, Alpha 7-3, assimilate knowledge, interface, assimilate.
Need more input. I like how the Borg UI is just like a little ball in the bottom left and then some Matrix crap on the right.
Designate Beta, Alpha 7-3, alert. 2 life forms. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Alert. Alert.
Can't really wander too far from this room because the set's not that big. You know, like it's... This kind of looks like one of those places you go to play laser paintball, you know, like the laser gun games. Action, destroy. What's up, Core? Oh no, he ambushed me! How did he do that?
do?
I don't know. How did I end up here and not being Borg? Here comes Q-Borg again.
What are you looking at, Cadet?
Okay, so because I was a Borg, I now know the answer to this the access codes to this console.
Pretty standard interface. Odd.
Why?
Well, most of the Borg we've seen have direct interface abilities. Why would they need something like this?
You remember, they've already totally assimilated one Starfleet officer. Maybe this is his influence.
Or maybe it's a trick.
Somehow, I don't think the Borg understand the concept of trick.
What about treats? Do they understand that?
You think you can bypass the Borg lockouts and get us the information we need?
Oh, that's, yeah, it was a circle with one circle, and then circle with two circles on the left.
That must be it. Contact terminated with a simulation implant. That must be a Borg time sequence.
No, I think it's a code for accessing the implant. If we can find a way to interface safely with the implant, we can feed it this sequence and then order it to shut down.
If it's anything like this terminal, it's going to look for a Borg signature. Damn, if we still had that dead Borg circuit, we could use that to convince the implant we were Borg.
That's not a bad idea.
But the circuit was fried.
So we'll get another one. There's no shortage of Borg around here.
Yeah, we'll just murder a Borg and take his circuits. They're not people, they're Borg. Yeah, see, fuck him. He's like, I had a name, I was 4 of 9, subjunction 32 or whatever.
Three to beam out directly to computer core control room.
You'll be back.
No, like just...
Captain's like, oh, hey, he doesn't even acknowledge. He's like, what's up, guys?
The Borg implant's been overriding us.
I'm sorry, this is the TNG engine room, not the Voyager one.
To make them compatible with Borg systems.
I thought our shield setting cut its subspace channel off from the collective.
It did.
I don't have any puppets, though, to really pull off the Mystery Science Theater.
We have to give it an abort order, but first we've got to...
I have one robot. I got Rob the robot.
We use this circuit as a buffer in the interface. It has an individual Borg designation. I remember from my experience with it, everything is filtered through that designation.
Baraka to Captain Anderpaw.
What is it, Counselor?
Captain, the Borg cube has just started a series
This
of...
counselor does a lot of stuff on this ship.
They're looking for us. I don't know how long we have before they find out that we're not actually part of their cube.
I'll keep staring at it. Eventually it'll fix itself.
The interface looks pretty simple.
Sprint. Attach the circuit to the Borg implant.
No. Let me.
Maybe I should do it.
What's up, Grayspell? Next gen era. Even though they are wearing Voyager uniforms.
Recognize. Borg designee Alpha
Weird, huh?
Alpha of 4.
They're interfacing and exchanging protocols.
Try giving it a command.
Hey, what's up, Besson? How you doing?
Unable to comply. Updating systems information.
It's trying to catch up on what it missed.
So my guess is this game was made
to comply. Designee Alpha Cent Alpha
around
4
like basically first season of Voyager, but it's using all of the sets from Next Gen. But it takes place during the Battle of Wolf 359, so it should be Next Gen era.
Shield mutation is being altered. The implant has reestablished communication.
Then again, there's some wonky stuff going on here, man. The Borg have projectile weapons.
The shields are dropping.
The ship is an Excelsior class, yet the engine room is the Galaxy class engine room.
The only good Borg.
We needed a live one.
Oh, there it goes again. Boom. Is it the Voyager one? Because, like, I don't think it's the Voyager one because
No,
I think it's the next gen one because there was the table in the center, and then on the left there's that place where Wesley used the what's it called? His tractor beam thing to take over the ship. But like I was thrown off too because I thought it was the Voyager one as well.
There's got to be something.
Then again, maybe the Voyager set
set
is like the same thing. Yeah, the table in the middle, that means it's the next gen one. Maybe the one in Voyager is a modified version of that set from next gen, which might explain why they kind of look similar.
Do you think you're fast enough? Do you really think that's going to work on me?
But the engine entrance view with the door on the left is Voyager? Huh. Yeah, that's Q as a Borg. He's like, yeah, you can't poison me.
I have no biological components. You should have waited for one of the others.
Damn it, Q. Because the plot of this game is you're a cadet whose father died in the Battle of Wolf 359. So Q decides to like give you a chance to go save your father.
You are in a Bajani pain trance. Your friend Furlong wasn't
It's
able to
room
stop
7
it.
entered through.
The
Oh,
Borg
okay.
don't seem to notice though. They're assimilating you at this very moment. At least this time you won't feel it. Oh, it looks like you're waking up.
Yeah, I'm a Borg again. Oh, now she's a Borg. All Borg. But you can also tell with the Borg stuff is that this is very like this is next gen Borg, you know, because they don't have all the green neon stuff going on. There's a little green, but it's not like super green, foggy green like we see in Voyager and First Contact. Though they might have changed that engine room. The reason why the engine room looks like Voyager and next gen was because it's supposed to be an Excelsior class ship. So maybe they were like, well, we gotta make it look different than next gen and Voyager, but we have to deal with these sets.
It's still you. Look out!
Yay! Now that was the right action. Proving to yourself that you didn't have to listen to that nasty old Borg collective. True, you are dead, but now you know something you didn't know before, right?
Yeah, I cheat. I use time travel.
Worth the trouble.
You have to do the fails things to know certain things to do the success.
Do you think you're fast enough? Do you really think that's going to work on me? You'll be back. Maybe more than once.
What were you waiting for?
Here, let's get this one. Hiya! Shouldn't I use the tricorder to see if he has any organic parts? Even though he should, he's a Borg. Borg are not completely cybernetic.
Come on.
Or completely, like, you know, made out of tech. They have organic parts. Oh, you gave me the Mega Man gun. Nice. High five, bro. Yeah. When someone holds the handshake for too long. Borg fist bump.
Sector 6G. 2 life forms. Assimilation of Borg. Destroy.
So the other thing about this game is it has true motion, which is that's just speak for camera guy with the weird camera rig, so we can do all these first-person stuff. Damn, got them both.
Now you know how to disarm the implant. If only you weren't a slave to the collective, you could go back to the righteous and save them. If only.
Sprint?
Brent,
What have you done?
did you just knock yourself out instead of the Borg?
Yourself into a Bajani pain trance.
Oh, smart move. Sending yourself into a Bajani trance before you get Borgified. I only hope you're in time to stop them before they Borgify your friends.
Is that the official nomenclature, Borgify? Yeah, you can't adapt to your own Borg gun.
Wait! Wait, I think it's him. It's still Sprint.
Yeah, let's do that handshake that we do all the time. There we
All
go.
right, we'd better get out of here before it's crawling with Borg.
Hallway team to righteous.
It's Brandy.
3 to beam directly to computer core. Now.
Yeah, you can tell I'm a good Borg because my user interface is not green anymore. It's like a white tint. I'm hoping Q is played by John Delancey in the next season of Picard. I watched season 1 of Picard. I haven't seen the second one. I mean, obviously, because it's not made yet, but we know Q's gonna be in the second
The
one.
Borg implants programming is shutting down, Captain.
Like, the trailer for season 2 of Picard is heavily
We
hinted.
have complete control.
He's on the
against
cast?
her.
Oh, thank God. I was afraid that they might have recasted him or did something, you know, like, where they get different actors to play Q or whatever, but it's nice to see John Delancey back.
First and second line defenses are exhausted. At your discretion. That was all, sir.
Q also makes a cameo appearance in Lower Decks. He's in an episode, but I don't think he doesn't say
There's
anything.
nothing we can do?
But it's definitely John Delancey's Q.
By either the Admiral
The way
or
he
Borg.
looks.
They also serve who sit and wait, Lieutenant. Let's get a battle ready.
So I guess we should talk about the uniforms, right? Because it's the Battle Wolf 359. They're using Voyager uniforms, but their uniforms, those types of uniforms. All right, I'm gonna geek out for 2 seconds. I'm gonna pause while I do this. So these uniforms, the reason why Voyager wears these uniforms, and the reason why Deep Space Nine wears these uniforms, is they're uniforms made for Starbase personnel. Originally, Voyager was supposed to be attached to Deep Space Nine, and it would do missions for Deep Space Nine, but it would always report back to Deep Space Nine because Voyager was not a long-range ship. It was just like a smaller one. Or is there more seasons of Lower Decks? No, there's only the first season. I don't know if they're going to make a second season. I know, like, Discovery and Lower Decks and Picard, they couldn't do their other seasons because of COVID, right? But I don't know if Lower Decks got renewed. I'd like to see a season 2 of Lower Decks because Riker's going to be in it. If they did do a season 2. But yeah, that explains the uniforms here. So I'm guessing these guys are from a starbase, or they're a starbase crew of some sort, but they're on the Excelsior. This also gets even weirder in the movies because Star Trek The Next Generation, or Star Trek Generations, Data is wearing this type of uniform instead of the Next Gen uniform. Lower Decks is a cartoon.
The battle will be
It's a Star Trek cartoon.
Worried that the battle will be lost without us.
There are basically there are basically 3 Star Trek shows right now. There's Star Trek Discovery, there's Star Trek Picard, and then there's Lower Decks. Lower Decks being the cartoon. Lower Decks, I don't know, man. My opinion about Lower Decks is like I liked it, but I don't see it being popular because I see a lot of Star Trek fans not liking it, and people who aren't interested in Star Trek wouldn't care about it anyway. So it's like the audience, the niche that Lower Decks is going for is a very small niche. Because Star Trek is already niche, and then you're going to go into comedy. And some people, like, there are people who do not like comedy in Star Trek. They want Star Trek to be nothing but technobabble and, like, boring crap and, like, what's it called? Like, metaphors about, like, real life and stuff like that. So they want that Star Trek, you know. For a lot of people, Star Trek can only be one thing. For me, I think Star Trek can be a lot of things.
Ensign. The battle is already lost.
Keep your cynicism to yourself, Quint.
I'm just telling the truth.
I'm afraid he may be right. Things aren't going very well.
Oh, not you too, Lieutenant.
It's important to have a positive outlook, even in the bleakest of situations.
It doesn't get much bleaker than this.
Perhaps we should do a breathing exercise. Quinn, you're a Borg now.
Nothing. I was just thinking about Kalen.
Kalen?
My son.
See, technically, your character, like, that's your father, is this guy. You came back in time to save him.
Hearing me brag about Kale, and
What's going on with her eyebrows? She shaved him and then painted him on.
You don't want to hear Furlong talking about his whiny brat now, do you?
It's a style that's quite popular, even in the future.
I don't know what you're staring at, but I don't like it. Just be careful where you point.
Go ahead.
I guess I was just wondering what was gonna happen to him.
Hey, there's a Borg cube outside. Do we have to talk about your son?
He's not.
These guys are acting like
Going
they're
up
just
without
like
his dad.
on a normal day. It's like, I gotta go scan that anomaly.
I know, and so do you.
I suppose I do. His mother's a strong
Hey,
woman.
your buddy is a Borg right now looking at you.
Yes.
I won't get to see him grow up.
No, never.
I'll never get to know him as a man. I mean, what'll he be? A poet?
He'll be a Borg traveling back in time.
An historian?
A Starfleet officer.
There's so much.
You know, this reminds me of that episode of Voyager where Tuvok is training those 4 losers, and they have to do that bridge simulation. This is that.
He's trying to prove that people actually like him.
Oh, spare me the psychology, counselor. You don't have the tools to analyze me.
I think this counselor is also first officer. 3 pips.
You desperately want to be liked.
If I wanted to be liked, all I'd have to do is snap my fingers, and I'd be liked. I'm an omnipotent being masquerading as Dr. Quint.
Damn, Q, you're really bad at
Whatever
role-playing.
I want to happen, happens.
Interesting fantasy. All right, let's play that through. Then why don't you?
Why don't I what?
Make everyone like you.
Because I don't want to.
No, because you want them to like you of their own free will. And phenomenologically speaking, you can't force them to do something of their own free will.
Different uniform colors. Blue is science and medical.
Let me give you some free advice.
Yellow is operations and engineering.
Try making yourself.
Red is command. So if you ever see blue, they're like scientists or doctors for the most part.
Subspace message, sir. No audio.
Read it, Ensign.
Orders from Admiral Hansen deploying third wave. Attack when ready.
Battle stations. Take us in, Targus.
All right, yeah. Odds are it's going to be more stock footage from the show because there's no way this game has the budget for more space battles. No, it doesn't. It's just stock footage for the show. It's...
And get those torpedoes online. Time.
0758, sir.
Keep those faces fighting.
There's a game that has an FMV intro that is both cheesy and amazing. And if I have time before work after this, I'll show you that
Power
intro.
is down 10%. Weapons having no effect.
Damn. They've adjusted their shields already.
Here we are
Then her
again,
absurd
back
cat.
at the beginning.
You know, I
But
kind of
this
think
time, you are security.
like there is that like thing where you have women on Star Trek that never wear the uniform, but then in the episode they do wear the uniform. It's like, oh man, they're wearing the uniform.
The Kyushu's coming on strong.
I think about that with Major Kira. I mean, I know she's Bajoran, so she wouldn't wear the uniform, but she wore it in the last season.
All ships that were lost at Wolf 359.
Same thing with
Will they be adding righteous to the list?
what's her face, Troy. I think Troy looked way better in the uniform than in her like weird, like tight suit. It's kind of weird how they always have a female character with a weird tight suit. They even had that in Enterprise.
The USS Righteous was hit by a Borg weapons discharge and vaporized. It's in your hands.
Is this the beginning of the? Oh no, it can't be because I'm a Borg. The producers pushed it. I can see that. They wanted to add more like sexuality to Star Trek. Really want to like cater to the lowest common denominator. I mean, that's always been the case. Like that's why Uhura has the short skirt in the original show. That was a producer thing. Because in the pilot episode, the women in the pilot episode don't have the short skirts, I believe, right? They just have like normal uniforms.
The Borg cube is pulling away, sir. It's ignoring us completely as if we weren't here.
It thinks we've been vaporized. For a minute there, I thought we would be.
Where is it headed, Ensign?
Direct
One
course
thing
for
I'd like to
Sector
check out, I've never
001,
seen it,
sir.
I know it exists,
What
is the
chance
episode of
Starfleet forces
Voyager
have of stopping the Borg at Earth?
without Kate
Actually, they will
Mulgrew,
succeed.
where it was like all these
The
other
Enterprise,
actors,
utilizing
and then
the
they
emergency
changed it up.
transporters on the shuttlecraft will recapture their Borgified Picard and stop the Borg incursion just
Well, so
in
do the men. The
nick
men
of
have the
time.
skirts in the first season of
I
TNG.
told you already. I'm an omnipotent being.
Which makes sense, because supposedly all Starfleet uniforms are,
Who are you?
by gender or whatever.
And what happened to
like,
Dr.
like
Quinn,
anyone,
Lieutenant
like anyone
Sprint?
could wear any specific
And what have you
uniform.
done to my crew?
I'm afraid the lieutenant died about 4 hours ago. Not my doing. He was supposed to die. Just as all of you, I'm afraid, are supposed to be vaporized here at Wolf 359. That's how it's written in the history books.
History? Are you telling us you're from the future?
Is that really that absurd?
I am, well, as I said, I exist outside the confines of the space-time continuum. That is what I want to. My little friend here wanted a chance to come back and save this ship from destruction. And to my great surprise, he succeeded.
So you were just pretending to be Sprint. Why? Who are...
Please. I'm trying to figure this out. As I said, I didn't expect Cadet Kalen to succeed here, and now that he has, I'm in kind of a bind.
So you don't really win the battle
Of course.
of Wolf 359.
According to history, we disappeared from Wolf 359 at exactly 0800 hours. If we stay here alive, it corrupts the timeline. Our future, but Kalen's past. What are you going to do?
Well, the easy thing would be to just obliterate you all, but then that wouldn't be fair now, would it?
Well, you could
On
do the
other
Abrams
hand,
thing and have another timeline.
I do want to protect the timeline.
I wonder what his
Are we
solution
dead?
was.
I don't think so.
Where are we, Lieutenant?
He might have time warped him into the future.
359, sir. The real question is, when are we?
Yeah, yeah, that would be the way to do it. You would make him disappear and then have him reappear in the future.
We have jumped ahead more than 10 years.
It's clever. I don't understand. We disappeared from Wolf 359 exactly when history says we did. Timeline is unaffected. We're still alive. Thanks to you, Cadet. If you hadn't come back to get us, we'd be dust.
Captain, what about Quint?
Oops. I almost forgot.
Where am I?
What
What's
happened to
going
me?
Wait.
You guys don't like me, right?
I don't think I want to know.
Captain, I'm picking up a vessel 34 Mark 216, heading on a course for Earth. It's the Borg.
What are your orders, sir?
We're a Starfleet ship in Federation space.
You're 10 years
We may be 10
obsolete.
years behind the times,
You were
but I bet
literally
you know a
obsolete
thing or
when
two
you
more
fought the
about
Borg.
than anyone else in this time. Lay
You were
pursuit
in like an
course.
80-year-old ship, which is almost 120-year-old now, like, or 110, something like that.
I'm going to enjoy getting to know you, Cadet Furlong.
Course laid in, sir.
So does this take place before First Contact? Because this is another battle, right? For the Borg.
Engage.
The Borg are going to Earth. As far as I know, the only other time the Borg went to Earth was First Contact. The Battle of Sector 001. So that's the ending? I guess, Excelsior! I saved my father so he could come back into the future and get killed again by the Borg. Because it worked out so well the first time. We got Majel Barrett as the voice of the computer. That's good. Overall, I like Star Trek Kleon better. Like, this one's fun because of the Q stuff, but I think the other game, Star Trek Kleon, had a much better narrative. It had more, like, stuff going on with the characters. This one was like, you know, find your way to engineering, do this one puzzle here. And it all took place on a ship, and in like a very small amount of time. Though it's still pretty interesting, it's still pretty neat. This was that early era of CD-ROM games. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing, the Borg that are in Enterprise. Because apparently the Borg that show up in Enterprise, they're the ones that send the message to the Borg. That's why the Borg ship is coming to Earth. And then Q sends Picard to see the Borg. Like the 3 stars. And then Q sends Picard to see the Borg. And then that's how, what's it called? The Federation know about the Borg. But the Borg were coming to Earth way before, like, Q sent Picard there. So if anything, Q did us a favor. All right. Before I leave, I want to show you guys the FMV to this game, which I think I can actually play. I think it's on GOG, right? Star Trek. And for those who have watched Star Trek 6, they wanted to do it with a human science officer, but it got canceled. Wasn't the plot to Star Trek Legacy that one Bethesda game that had, like, literally every captain doing the voiceover? The plot in that one is, like, some Vulcan chick wants to become Borg Queen, right? And that's sort of like, that's how it starts out. Oh shit, this one's in widescreen. The production value in this one is way higher. Hold on. Let me do this. There we go. Even though the camera's not the best, but... Yeah, so this one is, what's it called? This one takes place in the movie timelines, and it takes place, I believe, right before Star Trek 6. But, like... Oh, every time I see this, I think of Fallout. Interplay. Yeah, at some point I might actually play this one, as well as the Federation one. I also think of Fallout when I see that logo, because of Fallout Tactics. Space, the final frontier. Oh no, it's in Kleon. It's like off the Konosata. Oh, home system of the Kleon Empire, 2.5 years prior to the signing. Okay, so this is 2 years before Star Trek 6, but look at that ship! Yeah, we got CGI ships. This was definitely made during the Deep Space Nine movie era. And you can tell because it's like, all right, that was just a one-on-one ship battle between a Kleon Dreadnought and another Kleon Dreadnought. But then you see this big giant space battle going on here. Like, this is...
General, positive identification.
That's a lot of fucking ships.
Linking to your tactical.
And we got Ching.
Follow my intercept course.
The D7? I think it is the D7.
The fiercest fighting, and deliver us near his flank.
Yeah, he doesn't have the eye patch. He still quotes Shakespeare.
Target shows no sign of evasion. General, forward weapons locked and ready.
Fire!
Your shield is down. Forward disruptors. Recharged and locked.
Hold fire.
General, they are beaten. I request the honor of delivering the final death stroke.
Maintain your position aft of their rear shield array until you hear from me directly.
That reminds me too, isn't David Warner the Kleon Emperor in Star Trek 6?
Chief Engineer, transport me to the Traitor's Bridge.
I care nothing for the damage to the engines. I want change. Shake them off.
All right, so like you can tell here, the backgrounds are CGI'd, right? Like that chair is real, but all the backgrounds it's green screened, which actually is probably better.
I challenge you under the ancient rites of blood peace. Your officers will bear witness.
Chang, this is not one of your lectures at the Academy. This is a warship of the House of Geoch. Your life became my property the moment you beamed aboard. There will be no duel.
Our ancestors settled their differences in this fashion. The rite of blood peace may have fallen out of favor in this decadent age, but it is no less binding today. Or will you flaunt your cowardice in the very presence of your men?
I think the reason why the heads are different too is this is after the enhancement. So their ridges were coming back.
To lead the High Council. Withdraw this challenge. Join me, and I will ensure a proper place for you within my new government.
You cannot avoid my challenge, Kalnorth. If it is Lorak's fate to be deposed, so be it. I will ensure his successor will be a man of honor, not a cowardly son of Geoch.
This is coming from a guy that would plot to kill his own emperor later. But yeah, this has that like Command and Conquer feel to it because of the green screen in terms of FMV. Oh, that's how he loses his eye.
Where are your famous words of Shakespeare now, Chang? Had you accepted my offer, you would have lived to fight your true enemy. Now you're just a globfly on the road to my ascension.
He's like, oh yeah? Well, yeah, now you're dead.
Poor player. Life's but a walking shadow. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Star Trek, Klingon, Brian Fargo from Fallout fame? So the other version of this, the original Academy, has William Shatner reprising Kirk, but he only shows up at the end of the game. We got a little CGI intro of Kronos, which we never get. It's usually just a matte painting. The game itself, I'm assuming it's using the same engine as Starfleet Academy. So it's like, it's a 3D game, similar to Wing Commander. But it has all these cutscenes and stuff and this production value.
At last, this day has arrived. So many years of training, study, and instruction. Now I, Torlek, son of Rokva, have earned a place in this hall. The honor to my family name alone was worth the struggle. But what will the general think? Will he recognize that I possess the strength to lead my fellow warriors into battle? Will he?
Okay, so he's a CGI model. Oh no, maybe he's green screened. All right, there we go. Now we're at the real actor.
To the Klingon Defense Forces Elite Command Academy. You have surpassed your peers to earn a place within this distinguished hall. But I tell you, this is not enough. In the days to come, you will be tested well beyond your current limitations. Most of you will fail, and failure will mean your immediate dismissal from this institution. Past achievements mean nothing here. I am not interested in the names of your fathers, nor of your family's lineage. What I am interested in is your breaking point. How will you conduct yourselves in battle? How far will you go to preserve your honor and fulfill your duty? These are simple questions that will decide the fate of our empire. One day there will be a war with our true enemy, the Federation. There are those who disagree, but it will happen. Before that day arrives, your role within this great conflict must be determined. This academy was conceived to create the very finest warship commanders in the galaxy. Those few of you who succeed will be granted immediate command of a warship. For those who do not, there will be no disgrace. Whatever becomes of you, either at this academy or beyond, never forget, you are all Klingon warriors. Klingon warriors.
Damn, this music.
Placed a challenge before you. Let us conclude this address and begin the trials. What a fine collection.
That actually kind of makes me want to play this.
So eager for battle. Are you prepared to destroy your enemy? Really? Today, you will fire the first shots in a campaign that will lead to the destruction of the Federation. This campaign is not real, but I assure you, it will be worse than real. If you can defeat them in my simulated trials, you will be able to defeat them anywhere, at any time. I believe you know when an enemy intends you harm, but are you truly prepared? Have you meticulously observed your enemy? Have you discerned his weaknesses, appraised his strengths, discovered his greatest hopes and fears? To know your enemy is to defeat him.
Yeah, a lot of games are very Fed point of view.
Do not wait,
but it's always
until
cool
you
to
meet
see
in the
from a
coldness of
non-Fed
space.
point of view.
Space is the harshest instructor.
I mean, there are games
Any
where you can
future
play as
conflict,
other
the
races,
Federation
but it's always still like
coordinated
Federation,
assault by
you know,
the
like
Klingon
they
and
have the
Romulan
actual
empires.
single player.
They expect
But this one
us
was
to
just
seize
full on, like
territory along
Klingon.
the border, then entrench ourselves for a protracted conflict. Therefore, we will do no such thing. We will begin by creating a breach in the infamous neutral zone. Your task, as part of the Gorcha Group 1, will be to pave the way for our heavy strike forces. Over the years, Starfleet has installed powerful...
But man, after
sensor
watching Star Trek Borg
programs along
and then
their
watching
side
this,
of the
it's
neutral
like
zone
there
to
is a
monitor our
huge
movement.
difference in the caliber
While
of
the first
acting
vessel is extremely difficult
that
to
this
detect
guy
on the
can do
moment.
and that we saw in Borg. No
Can
offense
be
to John
traced
Delancey.
at short range by a sufficiently powerful probe net. We must destroy their probe nets without alerting Starfleet before our strike groups can cross the neutral zone. Jamming cruisers will be positioned along the probe net in the target.
Man, I miss Interplay. They made
Once
some fucking
these are
great
in place
games.
and all
Damn.
communications jammed, you will destroy the sensor probes and their monitoring stations. Now, make your approach. Under cloak. The element of surprise must be maintained. Good hunting.
And that's loading screen and stuff. Oh yeah, so yeah, you can see some of the gameplay here. So it is a three-dimensional game.
Thokmok is hailing the fleet. Open channel. I am Instructor Thokmok, and it is I who will evaluate your performance within these trials.
Are you Michael Dorn?
It is my duty to recommend your advancement when you have earned it.
That's Michael Dorn!
Seek your dismissal if you have failed. Do not confuse me with my famous brother, Colonel Worf, the Imperial Arbiter for the High Council.
It's fucking Worf.
I am not here to speak for you or to defend you. I am here to
Which
help
you might be
General
wondering,
Chang
why the
test you
fuck is
beyond
Michael
your breaking
Dorn
point.
in the movie timeline? It's because in Star Trek 6, Michael Dorn's in Star Trek 6, he's the Klingon attorney that defends Kirk and Bones in the trial. And I guess he's a, like, grandfather of Worf or something. So, it's one of those things where it's like every person in that family is played by the same actor.
We will begin. In this mission, cadets, you are responsible for creating a breach in the Federation probe net along the neutral zone. You
When did this
must
game come
destroy
out?
the
This game had to have come out in like
monitoring stations in your assigned systems.
2000-ish? Here, let me look real quick. I still got a little bit of time before I have to go to work. Also, let me look if it's on GOG, because I know Starfleet Academy's on GOG, but I don't know if Starfleet Klingon. No, it's not on GOG. Only Starfleet Academy. So if I were to play this, I'd have to look up stuff. I have Starfleet Academy though. I already got that. All right, let me look up and go into this wiki here. The problem with Star Trek games, if you want to buy them or get them off of GOG or something, is that it's really hard for publishers to publish them because it's like sometimes the companies, like people who own the rights, it's different companies or they passed hands. It's kind of like the Turtles games where it's like Konami did the games in the 90s, but then Ubisoft had the license in 2000. I don't know who has the license now. All right, here's the wiki. When was this game made? 2000. That's about right. 14 Degrees East. Holy shit, David Warner's in this as well? Damn. So David Warner comes back to play the Kleong Emperor. Other stuff here. All right. I don't know if I'll be able to like play this. I might try to play it, figure it out. It was written by DC Fontana? Here, I guess I'll show you guys this. DC Fontana wrote it? Damn. I wonder why, like, the plot makes sense and fits in with the universe. And there's stuff beyond graduation, but, you know, whatever. That's pretty cool. Not bad. But yeah, you can tell by the graphics that it's like, I mean, it's 3D, but it's not... You know what I mean? It's not like the early 3D 90s stuff, because stuff has textures in it, but it's like...
Of their sensor probes.
It's still kind of like...
The element of surprise is crucial.
But there's not a lot of lighting effects
Jamming
either.
cruisers have been ordered to disrupt enemy communications within...
Star Trek Armada, really enjoyed that back in the day, not on
Approach your
God.
targets while cloaked.
I think I have
will signal you
Armada
when to
installed.
commence the attack. After your targets are destroyed, remain with your assigned jamming cruiser until it warps out.
What I'm probably going to do is... Here, I'll just pause it here. Is I'm going to try to beat Star Trek Bridge Commander. I played that a couple of months ago, but I kept crashing on this one mission, and all I got to do is just try the mission again. Maybe I can brute force my way through the crash. After that, I'll try and look at another Star Trek game. But I'm also going to try to play games that aren't Star Trek, but I've just been in a Star Trek mood lately. I don't know what it is.
Sir, guide you, cadets. Cloak your vessels and proceed to the Federation border. Thokmak out.
Captain, we have received our assignment. We are to hit the Beta Ceti monitoring station and its probe net.
You have all known since childhood.
Alright, so he skips the missions and he just shows the cutscenes. Alright, I still got some time. Did you guys know that Odo's in Star Trek 6? He's in a deleted scene. Oh, Orion Pirates? Yeah, I played the hell out of that one. I can never get good at the sequel, though. Even though the sequel you think is more like Civilization. Though, I will say this. It has, like, very minimal graphics. Or hardly any graphics at all. Right, let's see here. Let me do this for a little bit. So this is something showing off the director's cut with the theatrical cut. And what's interesting is the director's cut doesn't just have extra scenes, it has a different color correction. So if you notice on the top, the colors are more blue. Everything has a more bluish shade, and on the bottom everything is more vibrant.
You cannot prove anything. Yes, I can.
Also, I like the cropping on the director's cut better. And the directing on the director's cut better.
How long did you wait outside my quarters?
Yeah, Orion Pirates is a turn-based strategy game, similar to Civilization. I also like the director's cut because we're not zoomed in as much on him and we could see a little bit more of the background. But the thing that interested me the most is the fact that, well, actually this scene's better too, the one where he mind melds with her to find out who the traitors are. Because in the original theatrical version he just says names, whereas in the director's cut it shows the faces of the people. Because, like, who's gonna remember these names? I won't. Yeah, see, it'll flash the person that he's saying. So we're like, oh, that guy! Cisco's father! How is Cisco's father an admiral? I don't know. It's almost like he's the same actor, but playing a different character. Chang. There's Chang. Good old Chang. Alright, here we go. Here's the scene. Pulls off the mask. It's Odo. Colonel West. It was supposed to be another traitor, right? Because there's a scene earlier on when they discuss to rescue Kirk. I believe it's about here. There's the president. Oh no, I passed it a little bit. All right. There's Cisco's dad again. Oh, there's my alarm for work.
The longer we wait, the less accessible the hostages will be, sir.
Thank you, Admiral. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you, gentlemen. I believe that's all for now.
Oh, I gotta go back, because it's... Yeah, here we go.
Clean their chronometers.
It's Odo with the mustache.
Mr. President, they are vulnerable. There will never be a better time.
The longer we wait...
That's 2 Deep Space Nine guys in this movie.
Thank you, Admiral. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you, gentlemen. I believe that's all for now.
Ah, shit. I really gotta go far into this to get Odo's little briefing.
Send them in. All right, please sit down.
Here we go.
cannot allow Federation citizens to be abducted.
Yes, Admiral, but I'm constrained to observe interstellar law.
Sir, would you please take a look at this?
See, at first I thought that was like a digital display, but no, it's just paper.
We prepared Operation...
Yeah, we got paper here. Check it out.
The rising danger of terrorism between the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Sir, we can go in, rescue the hostages, and get out in 24 hours with an acceptable rate of loss in manpower and equipment.
So that's kind of cool. We get to see some actors, because I think also, who else is in this? Like, I know Worf is in it. I think Tuvok's in it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Tuvok's on the bridge of the Excelsior. Kind of a stray game, not in a modern sense. Oh, you're talking about Armada? Because Armada is an RTS. But Orion Pirates is a clear strategy game.
Yes.
Here, I might still have that fucking thing installed. I could... Oh wait, I don't have time to fire it up. I gotta get ready for work. Maybe next time. I don't... See, that's the thing is, like, how interesting would it be to play Orion Pirates? That Cleon the guy for... Wait, which Cleon? You mean the president?
They are vulnerable.
That Romulan.
There will never be a better time.
The longer we wait...
Sometimes I can't tell who the actor is until I hear their voice.
Thank you, Admiral. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you, gentlemen. I believe that's all for now.
You know what? That might be him. That might be Red.
President?
Who's also in an episode of Star Trek Voyager. He's in an episode where he plays some dude that's like the captain of a time ship. The one with the glasses. That might be him.
Those men have literally saved this planet.
Yes, Bill, I know that.
Yeah, that's him. That's him from RoboCop.
You're never going to save it again.
I never noticed that. It's because of the makeup. But yeah, you're right. Damn. Cool. Alright guys, I gotta take off. But thanks everyone for joining me. Thanks for being here. I'll try to do another stream tomorrow, hopefully. I'm gonna try to get into the habit of doing these streams before work. Because that seems to be the best time. Like, when I come home from work, I'm too tired. You thought I was talking about Think Tank? No, it's... the Cheers guy? Oh my god, you know, there's a huge amount of Cheers and, what's it called? Star Trek crossovers, because we have, like, I think Data, Brent Spiner, Jonathan Frakes is in an episode of Cheers. I think Geordi's in an episode of Cheers. And then Frasier, he's in an episode of Next Gen. Couple of other, like, I mean, well, there's the obvious one of What's-Her-Face. She was the Vulcan in the movie, right? Oh, God, I forgot her name. The chicken Cheers. All right, guys, but I gotta go. I gotta leave in, like, 20 minutes. Then I gotta get dressed and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys later. I'll try to do more streams around this time period before I go to work. Hopefully that works out. Because I feel like that's the best time I can do them. It seems to be the only time. So all I gotta do is just wake up like an hour or two earlier, basically, and then I can do a stream. But yeah, hopefully around Monday and Tuesday, I got those days off. I'll try to do a guitar stream. I don't know when I'll do them. That might even be like a 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. Yeah, Kirstie Alley, that's the one. Which, like, that always, they switch her later, right? Like, she's, the character's in the 3rd movie, but she's played by a different actress. So, like, that always confused me as a kid. And I'm thinking in Star Trek 6, maybe that one Klingon chick that Spock mind melds with is supposed to be the same character, but I honestly forget about that character because it's like, once you switch actors on me, or whatever. I have some things to say about Kirstie Alley's Vulcan character, which I think she did a decent job at. It's just kind of weird that she didn't want to, like, come back and do it. All right, guys, I gotta go. Have a good one. And I guess keep trekking. I'm never gonna say that again in a stream, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna end the stream now with that. Just keep trekking. Have fun, guys.